Happy Friday, everybody. Okay, so we have another one that's bit the dust here. Saucet who targets federal judges in Georgia, government officials sentenced. All right, here we go. Defendant filed more than 100 million in liens against current and former officials in scheme to inflate tax refunds. A Georgia man who began by filing false tax returns, claiming millions of dollars, then escalated to filing multi-million-dollar liens against government officials, and attempting to put them into involuntary bankruptcy, culminated today in one of the longest federal sentences ever handed out for a false retaliatory lien case. Timothy Jermaine Pete, a.k.a. Akenton Ali, 43, of Augusta, was sentenced today by Judge R. Stan Baker in U.S. District Court in Augusta to 300 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release after completion of his sentence, said Bobby L. Christine, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Georgia. There is no parole in the federal system. Timothy Pate tried to subvert the administration of government, said U.S. Attorney Christine. He tried to extract millions of taxpayer dollars by bullying hardworking public servants and threatening federal judges. It's now earned him 25 years in federal prison. Pate was convicted in October of 2019 on 15 counts of filing false retaliatory liens against federal officials and 5 counts of making a false bankruptcy declaration, which stemmed from his efforts to put federal officials into bankruptcy against their will. According to the evidence presented at trial, Pate filed tax returns from 2016 through 2018, falsely claiming he was owed more than $7 million in tax refunds. Pate also attempted to have the IRS pay his past due child support after the IRS repeatedly rejected his false returns. Pate, a U.S. citizen and Georgia resident who claimed to be a Moorish national, not subject to U.S. law, filed a federal civil case against the IRS commissioner seeking tax refunds. I want all of you Moors watching this, all of you that follow the Moorish consulate, all of you that follow Taj Tariq, this is what is happening to those of you that are pushing the things that they are claiming. Pate attempted to have the court order the arrest of the IRS commissioner, when that failed, Pate threatened to file liens against the federal judge assigned to his case and other officials of the U.S. Treasury unless he was paid millions of dollars from the IRS. Unbowed by his threats, the victim public servants in this case continued to carry out their duties. So you hear people like Tajiri Bey talking about how she's going to lien all of these public servants being police officers, so on and so forth. This is what's going to be coming down on people's heads. This is just one of many that already have. We have people that are out there that are actually on the streets because of what these people are teaching them with regards to mortgages and so on and so forth. This type of activity in the courts is what you are headed to. Please keep in mind, whether you believe it or not, it only takes a little bit of research on Google Scholar for you to actually see that there has not been one single case that has been won using these arguments that the consulate is teaching you, that Taj Tariq is teaching you, that Tajiri Bey is teaching you. Pate carried out his threats in May of 2018. He filed liens ranging from $15 million to $33 million against the U.S. magistrate judge in Augusta, the former U.S. Treasury Secretary, the IRS Commissioner, and the Treasury Inspector General, among others. He then published notices of the liens in the Augusta Chronicle. The next month, Pate targeted additional federal officials with bogus liens. This time, he went after a federal bankruptcy judge in Augusta, the U.S. bankruptcy clerk of court, and the U.S. magistrate judge for liens ranging from $15 million to $100 million. When his victims refused to order the payment of his claimed refunds, Pate filed involuntary bankruptcy petitions against 5 federal officials on May 21st of 2018. That would have put them into bankruptcy. Pate was arrested by federal authorities in August of 2018 and has remained in jail since. At IRS criminal investigation, our top priority is protecting the integrity of our nation's tax system, said Thomas Holloman, special agent in charge, IRS Criminal Investigation Atlanta Field Office. Today's sentence should send a clear message that orchestrating a scheme to file bogus returns and liens while seeking to abuse the tax system will result in your prosecutions. We're approaching the tax season. Those who consider committing refund fraud and filing false liens should be aware of the extremely negative consequences of doing so, especially against federal officials, but actually against anyone, because a good portion of the states now have criminal penalties for doing these sorts of things. I'm not going to read through the rest of this. I will post it in the actual comment section for you guys to take a look at for yourself. I am sending this out as a warning to those of you that are actually believing that what you're being told by the Moorish consulate is true. If you think what you're being told by Taj Tariq and his group of minions, like Light Tajiri, Shalimar Bey, and many others, including Nenti L or whatever her name is, I don't even remember for sure, Nenti, I believe, Nenti L Bey. It's bogus. It's a scam, and it will send you behind bars for a very long time. So whether you choose to believe me or not, you can find out the hard way, but all you have to do is some real research online through Google Scholar, and you will find not one case has ever been won with any of their arguments. Everybody have a wonderful day and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.